Welcome to Iroquois Park Sports Centre and Consolation Day here at the 2025 President's Cup in Whitby, Ontario. I'm Matthew Carrick alongside Pat Gregoire for the call of this one, and we have the Winnipeg Blizzard and the Ladner Pioneers, a rematch of the opening game of the tournament, Patty, that finished 11-5 for Ladner.
A little bit of uncharted waters for this Ladner team. They're used to competing for hardware. Heck, they are the three-time defending champions, but they will not be raising the President's Cup this year. But let's flip to the other side, a team that we haven't seen at the President's Cup in quite some time. Blaise Bezecki, captain of this team, a guy that's looking for his first goal, plays both sides of the ball, a spark plug, and a guy that brings a lot of energy.
I think that maybe a new head on the stick. I would have recognized the tape matching the stick, matching the shoes before, but how about Laszlo Henning, just 2 games, 1-4 in the first matchup between these two teams.
Yeah, he was a big part of a reason why Ladner came out on top. He's getting back into the lineup here, and I think he can provide maybe some energy to a Ladner team that's looking to end this tournament off on a good note.
Eric Forselius with a 6-point game, 4 goals in that opener. Again, 11-5 for Ladner between these two teams. Back on day number 1. Ladner wears their black jerseys here to close out their tournament. White numbers. They'll go right to left off the home bench. And working away from Matthew Hills. Alexis Bouquet the day off today. And a scrummed loose ball there. And a big stick tap round of applause off the Winnipeg bench. On the visitor side, they're also going to the backup Ryan Smith, giving Drew Dickey a bit of a breather, who's played a lot of ball here in this tournament. Outside shot chance from Colin Poitras. Here is Henning. Poitras, the statistical leader in pretty much every category for this Winnipeg team, and now an over and back. And there is a lot more energy on the Winnipeg side right now, Pat, than there is on the Ladner.
Yeah, I like I mentioned, this is a big letdown for this Pioneers team. Yes, they don't have the NLL talent that they've had in years past, but I think they still anticipated that they would be competing for more than just a consolation win. But maybe a goal in transition could help that get going as Colebrook goes off the bar and out. Colebrook providing a little bit of a spark here.
Plays it back to James Baker at the restraining line. First real good chance for Ladner. Outside rip. That one wide of the net. Jared Malassi. That's Braden Bushno. Sends it back down the boards. Under 10 to shoot now. And obliging and over the top and in. Jared Malassi from distance.
One Ryan Smith's probably going to want back. And Malassi, a little bit of a fadeaway from well beyond the restraining line. As you look at all 4 white shirts of the Blizzard, way up floor. So I'm not too sure if Smith was screened there or just lost track of the ball.
I mean, this is Consolation Day. Neither of these two teams, definitely Ladner doesn't want to be part of this day. Winnipeg maybe thought perhaps would be, but I don't want to say shock the world territory, but you can see that they're definitely doing a lot more in terms of playing hard defense than they have throughout the tournament, as now an interception down for Cal Slade. Ball in the crease, reaching for the BC player. And now we get a tie-up in that orange carpet. Officials will jump in. And I worded that wrong. I don't want to say better defense than they have throughout the period, or throughout the tournament. But as I said, last possession, just a lot more energy on that side. And I think they realize that, maybe we'll catch this team, down on themselves and 3-time champs and all that. And could be shock the world territory here for the Blizzard.
Well, I think if you're Ladner, you come away with a victory here. It's still a disappointing tournament. Sure, you end your season on a high note, which is always great. Whereas on the flip side, if this Winnipeg team can not only walk away with a win, but walk away against one of the best Canadian Senior B programs. They will be super enthused to be coming home with that. So just the stakes much, much higher when you look at both these sides here.
As we said before, that's why everybody's here and why we play the full 60 and why the schedule works the way that it does and so on and so forth. I see you, social media. Don't worry. Patra from the outside off the glass. Saw you going viral last night, posting Joe Hall highlights.
I was just the method of the message. That was all Mr. Prezi himself.
The save before that was maybe even better for me, but didn't get showed as many times. Outside shot, Spencer Bromley had his back to the net, tried the bouncer between the legs. Still trying to figure out who was the bigger showman yesterday, Joe Hall or Chase Fraser, but
yeah, that one made its rounds on social media as well. Behind the back, laser short side, looks up at directly into our souls.
The gangster stare right at the camera. Here's Bezecki now. Ball got knocked out of his stick. He'll play it back from Jared Courchen on the boards. From up top, ripped from outside, Michael Newman. And Hills with the first save, but Bezecki going to get another chance. Just wide of the net, although that one might have surprised the Ladner goaltender. Connor Davidson leaving it here to Blake Larson. No Forsalius, got injured on day number 2 in the tournament and did not return for Ladner. Could be a different team with him playing the full round robin. No Kyle Williams, Douglas Porter. Patrick Zabel, the face-off draw taker, taking a day off. Mark Yingling and Liam McIntosh for the Pioneers. Just the one scratch, Jordan Stokes of the Blizzard, who worked the quick stick to the crease. And Ethan Banya just couldn't bring it down, otherwise wide open cage. All right, Mitchell Winter. Hair flowing out the back, 69, has now found a Woody. I had a favorite player on day 1. I have a favorite player on day 5. Same guy. Cut from the corner, nice little play.
The most interesting man at the President's Cup.
Bezecki run into the boards. Couple whacks there from Justin Gurney. One of those defenders that seems to have just the one tempo that Gurney plays at, and it's not a low one, I promise you. Patra. Back near side. Alex Delaron, a 5-point game, was in on every single one of Winnipeg's goals in the opener against Ladner.
Delayed penalty coming up here, Matt.
Smith runs to the bench. Shot clock resets. Full 30-second advantage here for Winnipeg, and they'll run it down. Zach LeBurge unable to get it through in front of Hills, and to the point, Gurney headed to the box.
And that's that full speed, one speed that you talk about with Gurney. As we take a look at number 21 in black. He's a guy that plays close to that line, and sometimes he stepped over it there.
Bezecki to the bench after taking that hit. Outside shot, scores. Delaron stay hot against the champs.
This is a nice set piece here on the power play for the Blizzard. We'll see a little bit of a drag, hard seal across the floor. As LeBurge sets that pick, we'll get a great look here. And an underhand rip on the run for Xander Delaron. Really nice goal there. That's a goal scorer's goal.
Father Richard, the assistant coach. Coached all, I believe it's 4 brothers in the Delaron family. 3 of them on the U19 team together at one point. Coached by Dad.
And I believe one of the brothers was on the Orangeville Northmen.
Yeah, that was Seth. I think him and Alexander twins, if I read that correctly, earlier on in the tournament. So many players and informations, and stats department had to take a nap this afternoon. Outside shot. Hills, it gets past him and in.
It's going to be Kieran Mulvaney with the outside blast. Hill's going to want this one back, though, as he taps his chest. Makes the initial save. He goes down, moves his leg to pop the ball into his stick. Instead, it pops into the back of the net, and the Blizzard are going to take their first lead in the consolation round.
Trying to remember back through their games. I think scored the opener in one of their games. This first lead of the tournament this late into the first period.
Yeah, I think they jumped out to, what was it, a 2-0 lead against Brooklyn in that one nightcap. Had everyone on pins and needles for about 4 minutes, and then blink of an eye, oh, wait, the Merchants tied things up and took the lead and never really looked back. But, you know, in bunches here, this Blizzard team have really shown some great flashes. And I think the big thing, and you and I talked about this, whether it was during one of the games or off air, you go through this roster. A lot of guys have been to national tournaments before with the Blizzard Junior B program. Now this is a little bit of a step up. So getting this experience is so big for the development of the program.
Adamson back to the line. Adamson all alone in front, looking to go over the shoulder. Missed the net with that, though. Only 5 left to get one on target, and making sure it counts. Spencer Bromley. Although Winnipeg will pick up the loose ball. Blaze Bezecki, a name that I remember from 2015 in Orangeville at that Junior B Founders. Hot trip.
I believe, what was it, 3-time champions in a row for that group? Or, you know, they were a force to be reckoned with in the RML Junior B loop. Saw a very solid team in Aguasasne when the Medicine Men hosted. Kelson Borisenko was a player that I am beyond shocked that we didn't see more of him after that tournament.
Stats department needs to look up the goaltender's name as well. Had a massive week in Orangeville. And I think ended up getting drafted out of that, or at least a look, but maybe the chat can help. Be useful for once. Pioneers out of the corner. In this 2-1 game at the halfway mark of the first period. Laszlo Henning. Keegan Bell had a monster game for Ladner in their second matchup, scoring the hat trick. Not enough yesterday to sneak them past Six Nations, 11-6. Losing that game, the Rivermen will play the host Brooklyn Merchants in semifinal number 2 tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. 20-3, Snake Island Muskies over Winnipeg yesterday. Setting the Blizzard into this consolation day. Snake Island Edmonton.
Oh, a nice finish there.
Jared Malassi second.
Well, here's the thing, Matt. Of course, this will be their last game of the season, but there's going to be guys that are going to be battling for spots next year. The last thing you want to do is leave a lasting impression that you didn't go out there and give it your all. You didn't go out there and bury up your opportunities. And Maloki, a guy that a little bit of a depth piece for this Ladner group. Well, he comes out in this game here and gets the team only 2 goals.
Bushno backing his way towards the line. Takedown through the middle. James Baker taking the place of the draw team. Shoots into the feet there of Smith, who will hang on. 2-2 tie here at day number 5 of the Prezi. Allegheny, Saskatchewan coming up. If yellow's your favorite color, boy, have we got a game for you. Outside rip, Delaron off the end boards. Winnipeg bring it down, and shot there, Bezecki all alone in the slot just over top of the net. Edward McCann the fourth, speaking of the all-name team, number 96. Henning going to get chased out past the restraining line. Shot clock down to 10 now. Daniel McDermott trying to find Bell on the crease, and somebody in the crease, I think Blake Larson. Getting it back to the Blizzard. Patra, big high step. One of the top 5 points getters all time in RMLL. Top 5 all time in Carthage Lacrosse, where he went D3. LaBerge working off his wrong side, cutting through the middle. Ball down, picked up by Banyuk. Shot originated from behind the goal line extended, so doesn't count to beat the clock. And it will be Ladner possession. Adamson spreading the floor. Here are the Pioneers. And at times in this tournament, yes, the goal differential big against Winnipeg, but as you said earlier, played really well. Just haven't really had the legs or the gas to get to that final half of the third period. And I wonder if Ladner trying to stretch out the floor, trying to tire out the defense a little bit here of the Blizzard.
Well, I think that's maybe what has been a bit of the Achilles heel for this Blizzard team, is the fact that they come out so fast and furious. They are so athletic. They like to push the pace, but because not many...
Oh, boy. Takedown in front. Corshen dumped after scoring. Bezecki and McDermott now. Oh, boy. Bezecki probably going to head to the penalty box here after Corshen's goal. One that was in the crease. Rebound popped out. Legally picked up by Corshen. And 2 Blizzard players left all alone on the crease, including Bezecki.
Yeah, we're going to see right here. Loose ball picked up. And there's the pop on the back after the goal, which I don't think Slade's getting called on. And McDermott comes in to clear out that crease, and Blaze Bezecki's had enough. But unfortunately for Winnipeg here, only one call on Bezecki, so possession going to start right away here on a power play for the Pioneers to try to tie this game up.
I guess they're going to say came on the dead ball to give the possession here to the Pioneers. We don't go to the face-off.
Yep.
Adamson quickly working it in towards the corner. Dylan Lacroix forced outside. Adamson sneaking a peek back in that direction, and the corner was there for Bell, but just rises high and over top of it, and then over the restraining line as well.
That one did not miss by much.
No.
Goes out the back door in the NLL with Saskatchewan, but Keegan Bell's been a guy that primarily through his junior career was an offensive threat, and a good one at that with the Poco Saints. So obviously with the opportunity given here to play some offense, we've seen how good of an offensive threat is, but just kind of goes to talk to his versatility as he's able to play more of a D-tranny role in the NLL.
Patra holding that ball for 30 seconds, allowing you to do what you do best, Patty.
He was totally fine with chewing up that 30. Although he got really close to the line there, didn't he?
Right near the end. Saw the wave off of his teammate telling him to go to the bench. Dylan Lacroix will get a reset. Pretty good tournament for Lacroix as well. Pretty close to a point-a-game player. Outside, looked off Adamson, takes the shot. Smith gets a round of applause from his bench. Lacroix will get the reset. Adamson to the crease now. Cross to Bromley, no shot. Lacroix, another chance, rips the stick out of the hands of Jackson Neufeld. Then another save. Bell picks the corner, not to be denied a second time.
What a shift there from Neufeld. Couple of blocks, gets the stick in a lane, jumps in front of a shot, but you're going to give Keegan Bell an opportunity like this. Most of the time, he's going to make it pay. We'll see the behind-the-back feed, and you can almost tell Smith felt like he was going to go to that far side once again, but as many good goal scorers do, they disguise their shot, and he pulls it near side.
Could even see Smith kind of leaning that way, making sure that corner was covered. Spencer Bromley, possession here off the face-off. We'll go back 5-on-5. Both teams 1 for 1 on their first power plays here in this game. Bromley picked that up in the crease, so no chance for the shot, but we did try the around the world. Bouncing ball got past Delaron, Courchen, up to Patra. Delaron shoots from the outside, a skipper off the end boards. Races on for it. Patra maybe thought that was going to be over and back called, but they ruled the Pioneer player was closer and going to play on here. Justin Gurney to Keaton Kozak. Far side corner, Lacroix from the restraining line. The rip comes Blake Larson. Loose ball pick up Ladner here. They'll carry it behind the net. Sending it all the way back up top to Lacroix. Cutting his way through. Ball to the outside, halfway through the latest shot clock. Lacroix sets the screen, pick and roll. Connor Davidson stuffed on his way to the net. Baker's chance now with 5 to shoot. Gets it on Smith, but everybody else had gone to the bench. 3 minutes remaining here in the period. And the commissioners and tournament organizers in the chat are already making their presence felt. There is procedures for all national championships written out in the bylaws and the constitutions of Lacrosse Canada and all the various leagues that are represented here. As Henning will take the ball off the shot clock. And there's stipulations for, 7 teams, 8 teams, 9 teams, and all the way down to game 16 loser plays game whatever, so on and so forth. We can't arbitrarily just say, oh yeah, this team should play this one, and that's why we get to where we are here today. I do kind of agree with the fact that I would love to see what Winnipeg and Saskatchewan could do against each other. I would love to see Allegheny and Ladner go head-to-head. But can't just make that decision yesterday based on how games fall.
And after you go to there's another great shot.
Delaron going to get it again. And got Hills down and puts it up and over for his second of the game and 4th against Ladner in this tournament.
Delaron's going to get a really good opportunity sweeping the top of the offense here, and it's almost a very similar windup that we saw on his first goal. Comes around. This is off that second chance, and he just takes it right through the rack. This is a big man with really silky mitts. Just drops down, dip and dunk for his second goal of the game.
As got 7 now in the tournament, 4 of them here against the 3-time champs. That makes it 4-3. Heading down the stretch here, over the shoulder try from James Baker. Maybe transition here for the Blizzard. They're going to have a 2-on-1. Jackson Neufeld leading it back to the crease. And another one that just eludes Banyuk. And then Neufeld got blown up by Slade trailing the play. Winnipeg will have it here, closing in on the final minute. LaBerge. To the far side, Michael Newman. Got away from him, Gurney. Playing it for Ladner. Lassie trying to complete a first period hat trick. Will give to Adamson. Crashes into the set, pulls back, draws the double, Henning shoots. And midsection of Smith all covered up. That came with about 33 seconds left to go, so Winnipeg electing not to call timeout here. They've got 2 to burn at any point, 1 per period. Courchen, Delaron. Back through Courchen, near side, LaBerge. Gonna try Courchen one more time, the dive, and it rolls back through the crease, picked up by Winnipeg. Looked at the bench, no timeout, only 3 seconds left to go. Bad angle for Mulvaney, tries anyways. And although that doesn't hit the mark, it is a Winnipeg Blizzard lead after 1, 4-3 here at the Prezi Pack.
First time after 20 minutes they hold a lead, a great start for this Blizzard team. Now, I think a theme for this Winnipeg team has been starting out hot and not being able to hold that lead throughout the first period. Now what are they going to be doing? They don't have the legs. They don't have the extra runners that we've seen some of the other teams have. But you can tell this team's playing motivated. They want to end their season with a big victory over one of the more perennial programs in this country.
Still 2 periods left to go, on this first of 2 consolation games on day number 5 at the 2025 Prezi. We'll take the timeout and bring you back for the second period in about 8 minutes. You are watching the President's Cup on the JVI Sports Network.
You can catch the fun with lacrosse, Canada's national summer sport. Everyone can experience the excitement of lacrosse, where fun meets fitness and friends are made. Lacrosse is one of the youngest organized sports children can play. And with 66 clubs throughout Ontario, everyone can get in on the fun. Visit playlacrosse.com. Our interactive map will help you find a lacrosse club in your area. Join the Ontario lacrosse community today. Ask a parent before going online.
From our unique origins to the modern game, the global lacrosse community has been preparing for this moment. Together, we step into a new chapter of growth, competition, unity, and inspiration for the next generation. Welcome to a new era of lacrosse. At the Olympic Games in Los Angeles, we continue growing together. Join the journey, and let's make history in LA and beyond. A new era of lacrosse starts now.
From grassroots to major international events, Sport Durham's award-winning edge is the care we take to create memorable participant experiences and lasting legacies. Collaborate with Sport Durham to host your best event yet. While you're here, be sure to visit durhamtourism.ca for things to do across Durham Region's 8 vibrant communities. Summit Access Solutions is a turnkey access company that can accommodate any and all projects from scaffolding, swing stage, material lifts, weather enclosure systems, and shoring, just to name a few. We specialize in making what looks impossible possible so that you can complete any project safely, efficiently, and on time. Call us at 877-786-6483 or visit summitaccess.ca. No matter what the disaster, we'll be there to help get everything in your home or business restored back to normal. Whether your property has suffered from a kitchen fire, basement flood, or a break-in, our professional technicians and restoration experts will use the best tools and strategies to help you make your house feel like a home again. The wait is over. The NLL has partnered with TFL Sports to bring you something legendary. Not since the days of the 1993 MILL has Pro Box Lacrosse seen premier collectible trading cards. The most comprehensive, officially licensed NLL trading cards ever, featuring legends, rookies, game highlights, and more, all dropping in October. Pre-order yours now before they are gone at shop.tflsport.com. With this many stars, you won't want to miss your chance to chase greatness. Whether you're just getting into lacrosse or a seasoned veteran ready to upgrade from that old broken down smelly gear, Twisted Heads Custom Lacrosse has you covered. We specialize in custom head dyes trusted by the pros and stringing for all ages. Follow us on Instagram at twistedheads_lax, and you can also stop by the Warthog's Den at 203 Simcoe Street, Unit 8, Peterborough. Can't make it? Don't worry. You can find everything you need right at your fingertips at twistedheadslax.com. Unleash your inner warthog at Twisted Heads Lacrosse. At Special Benefits Insurance Services, we're more than just an insurance agency. We're a family proudly serving Canadians nationwide since 1993. For over 30 years, we've helped families and individuals find the right health, dental, and travel insurance, always with friendly expert advice that's completely free. Whether you're planning a trip, protecting your health, or making sure your loved ones are covered, we're here with clarity, care, and decades of trusted experience. Special Benefits Insurance Services, where family values meet trusted guidance. Visit us today at sbis.ca. Town Brewery is based right here in Whitby and focused on strengthening our community through good work and good times. Check out the brewery just around the corner at Brock and Victoria, where they brew tons of lagers, sours, and IPAs. And if you've never been, be sure to hit up the Pump House Town waterfront location just down the street on the shores of beautiful Lake Ontario. Back here at Iroquois Park Sports Centre in Whitby, Ontario, the site of the President's Cup. And that, I don't think what we or anybody else was expecting in the first period, a 4-3 lead for Winnipeg after one over Ladner.
That may be the only ones outside of that Winnipeg locker room, because I feel like there's a lot of belief here as Delaron gets his first goal of the game, and the scoring would continue. A little bit of a squeaker on Hills, but the Blizzard will take it not before another opportunity comes here as Maloki gets a goal there. He's got a couple, a little bit of a broken play that uncharacteristic from the Pioneers as a loose ball battle as Bell shows off his outside shot that's been terrorizing goalies all tournament long, and Delaron blasts it from the outside. This time shows off his finesse from the inside.
Only a couple ticks left here. We remind you that coming up, Allegheny and Saskatchewan. I want to ask if Chase Frazier's got anything left in his bag of tricks. He's got about 18 bags, I think, all full of tricks. So we'll see as the bouncer from Adamson ties the game up just 10 seconds into this period.
Well, you knew this team would be coming out with a lot more energy. I'm sure the coaching staff, Ross Frelick, the head coach, probably let these guys know that the effort was just unacceptable. They win this face-off. Bell finds Cody Adamson streaking off the bench, and the Bowmanville boy with possibly his last home game on this floor as the game-tying goal.
Early on face-off there, won by Bushno. Back to the restraining line. Bromley got a bit of a nod from Connor Davidson. That's where the ball goes in that direction. Matthew Carrick. Pat Gregoire watching Keegan Bell be gross in front of the crease.
Second goal for Bell, and this one's an absolute beauty. As whatever they had, oh my goodness, behind the back, whatever was had or said in the locker room has Bell all sorts of fired up within less than a minute. Less than 30 seconds. Keegan Bell already has an assist and a goal in this period.
26 to be exact, to score twice to flip this game on its head. 5-4 from what was 4-3. Bromley trying to do it again. Out in front for Blake Larson. Rolling it back towards the corner. I have never had a banana that good in my life, just so we're clear. Outside rip, Keegan Kozak.
I don't know. I'm starting to think maybe it wasn't the orange peels or the sports drink. That was maybe more of a motivational speech from the staff or someone within that locker room.
I believe it was Allegheny's got the jumbo-sized pickle juice jar down there, too. Of course, you know that was going to make an appearance at this tournament. Blake Larson.
Add a drawn penalty to Keegan Bell's resume this period as he takes a high hit, takes that lid off, adjusts himself, but going to put that back on because you better believe that all black stick's going to stay out here.
He's got a full game's worth of awesome in a minute and 29 seconds here in this period. A highlight reel goal, a great assist, and now draws a penalty for Keegan Bell. We saw him just miss in the first period. We saw him not miss, putting it in the corner. Already up to 3 points off the 5 goals. Second power play of the game for Ladner. They did score in that first period. It was Bell that did it, and now it'll be Bromley adding his name to the list.
Fantastic set play here for Pieball. As these are one of these plays here where it's a set piece, but there's options coming off of it. And Bromley takes it himself because you can see, look at all the attention that Jarrett Wood has to pay to Keegan Bell. They don't want that pass to come aside. So the former McGill Redbird says, well, I'll just take this to the rack myself and scores. And within the blink of the eye, that lead is now gone, and the Pioneers lead by 2.
And now a different challenge for Winnipeg, one they faced through this tournament, is playing from behind and trying to stop a run. I think we talked about little victories in that first period, and I think winning the period, yes, was awesome. 5 left on the shot clock. But now it's about getting the game to swing back in your direction somehow if you're the Blizzard. Kept it close against Ladner. In that opener, remember, just 11-5 between these two teams. Of course, 10 a.m. opening game of the tournament. Difficult for any team. Bezecki will crash in. Ryan Jensen. I think had some people thinking Winnipeg maybe better than they showed here in this tournament, or Ladner less than they had been in the past, which we know based on the names on the roster. But still, again, a team with high hopes coming in here, and 3-time champions always have a target on their back. It was always going to be tough to get out of the round robins on both sides.
Well, that's the thing, Matt, with this new format as well. It's who's in your pool, how that fares. And Jake last night, he kept saying, you almost, that 2-3 game almost gives you an advantage because you get a high-stake game going into the semifinal. But then you ask Ladner how that fared. Ask how Allegheny fared. Sure, if you win the game, you're probably feeling great about yourself because you're not playing a team that maybe you were able to walk through during that quarterfinal.
Bromley to the far side. Got it back. Shot. Bell posturing up on him. Matthew Carlin. After the bit of a late reset. Keegan Kozak. To Adamson. Back to Bell again. Bell to Bromley through the middle. Knocked down as the ball was coming. Larson, that is a perfectly timed check. Also set up a pretty good matchup yesterday. That Allegheny game was unreal.
Game of the tournament thus far?
Oh, 100%.
That's hard to
100%.
argue. Although I think we're set up for some great lacrosse tomorrow, both semifinals. Should be an absolute banger here on the JVI Sports Network, or if you can make it in person at the IPSC, highly suggest do so.
Pass across here, Lacroix.
And
Took the shot.
don't
Smith
worry,
was left.
Don't worry, graphic department. I'm not going to beg for a schedule just yet.
Delaron, far side, as Winnipeg keeps working here. Corshen scored in that first period. Winter gets crashed into. Ball at the restraining line. Him and Banyuk colliding with each other. It will go Ladner's way. 5.5 into this period. That was all Ladner to start. 3 goals in about 2 minutes. Now Lowell Asham finds a cutting Bezecki through the middle, rolls back to the net, and just at the line, the combination of Matthew Hills-Morin and Braden Bushno keeping that out.
Somehow that doesn't find its way into the back of the net.
6 minutes gone, Mawasik. The bounce shot goes up out of play, didn't hit anything, so Winnipeg will get it again. And as I said earlier, that stopped the bleeding a little bit. There hasn't been a goal. There hasn't been really a good chance in the last 2 or 3 trips down the floor for boys in black here. Courchene shrugs off a check sidearm. That hits Poitras in the corner. He had just gotten up after getting knocked down at the side of the crease. Poitras digging for it. Got it away from a defender who lost his stick from his wrong side. Off the shoulder of the goaltender. And Poitras, young player by this tournament standards. I know he's been around Winnipeg ball for a while. That's a pretty good chance there. Just get the reset, get everybody settled back in, fresh 30, and away we go. Poitras will have it one more time from his proper side. Low shots. They do give a reset again here, and that'll allow a couple players to change, including LeBurge. Poitras thought about it, but he'll stay on. LeBurge has it again to Bezecki. Front of the crease, Poitras tried to dip and dunk. Smith, a bit taller, I think, than Alexis Bouquet, who has gone pretty much the distance for Ladner in this tournament. Same story, Drew Dickey, although Smith had some time. And we'll give up one here to Blake Larson. A nice move on the crease.
Starting to see more of that ball movement this period that we saw with Ladner throughout the tournament, despite not getting into the semifinal. But we'll see a hard seal one end and a roll by Larson. Really nice job. That's exactly how you're supposed to play without the ball in your stick. Set a hard seal, roll to the middle. Teammate's going to find you.
So back to the face-off dot. Not that Ladner needed confidence, but after that first period, it seems like they're playing with a bit more. Okay, we can get through the middle. Okay, we can complete passes. We can do things. As they now rattle off 4 here in the first 8 minutes of this second period. Bromley to Bell. Bouncer out of play. Another one. That's going to be handed back to Winnipeg.
Really nice job by Newfield to close that gap, get to hands on Bell, not allow him to get a free chance.
Zeki spins away from the corner. Delaron outside the set looking for the hat trick. Would be his first of the tournament. That shot hit something on the way through. Down in towards the corner, Courchene. Not sure how many goals Courchene has here. 5 now in the tournament. I think it combined about 8 inches away from the crease if you add up the entire distance. Poitras to Michael Newman. That ball hit the turf. Newman's second chance, also in and out of his stick, but maybe the high stick from the defensive player, Cal Slade, had something to do with that. Second power play upcoming here for Winnipeg.
Saw Winnipeg get it done earlier on in this game on the power play. They'll get another opportunity here, as there's the high stick. One hand on the stick. Slade certainly disagrees with the call, but nonetheless, the Blizzard going to get things going here on the man advantage.
Delaron to Poitras. They'll now work it through the center. LeBurge was cutting through just off his stick. Pretty good ball movement, though, from the Blizzard. Now Poitras tries to shoot, deflected. Outside rip, counts from LeBurge. Rebound picked up by McDermott. This is a first for me, Patty. A helicopter sponsor on the back of Slade's jersey. I got some Googling to do up at the at the intermission. 10.5 away from that. Kozak. Here through James Baker.
Ladner just runs out of time. They'll be okay with that, though, as only 1 minute now stands on the board here for the Blizzard. Last defensive set here on the penalty kill. Pioneers really getting out to hands, a little more aggressive of a box that we've seen from them.
LaBerge, Patra. He'll quarterback it. Same play with LaBerge cutting through. That time the pass didn't make its way through. Stolen from Delaron by McDermott. He'll stop at the restraining line. About 5 seconds penalty clock over top of shot clock right here. But Ladner can take most of this penalty kill out of the way. If they do kill, it'll be the first one of the day out of 4 opportunities for the two teams combined. Lacroix in through the middle. Big swim move, and then Bushnell, the twist right on the crease. Ball down, picked up by Winnipeg, and look out here. Delaron running past the penalty box just as Slade was getting ready to rejoin the action. Now a pickoff and a 2-on-1 coming here. Shot on the run. Laszlo Henning just skipped past the net. May have heard footsteps coming off that Winnipeg bench. Ethan Banyuk. Again to Kieran Mulvaney. Shot, rebound picked up. Coming off the transition bench and diving through crease call on James Baker. That was a 3-on-2. So back-to-back odd man rushes in favor of Ladner. Patra quickly across. Delaron. And Patra again through the middle. Shot just over top of the crossbar.
It's an outstanding feed from Patra there to even get that ball through, feather it in. One of the better scoring opportunities for Winnipeg this period.
Patra's looked good in this tournament, Patty. You can see why he put up all those points both in the field and in the box.
Yeah, you mentioned it, top 5 RMLL Junior B scoring of all time, and you see it's not just the stick skills, the IQ, supreme athlete as well. Like, you know, he's a guy that you wonder, you know, given opportunity, what he'd be able to do at other levels.
Out from the corner. That would have been right on cue. LaBerge with the rebound will then poke it past the defender. Loose ball battle here. Gurney was the lone Ladner player going after it. LaBerge another chance. Good offensive shift here, especially for LaBerge. Ethan Banyuk in there as well. Winnipeg changing things up, realizing they're down 3-on-2 for this loose ball. LaBerge kicking it out and trying to get it back in his crease. LaBerge was there, took a shove from Gurney. Stick knocked out of the hands of Laszlo Henning as well. On the change. Slade passes will head off. Kozak's been calling for the ball for about 40 seconds. Finally gets it and returns it to Adamson. Big high step. That shot hits off the pipe and goes up into the stands. Not going to set records for attendance today, I don't think, Patty, but this place has been hopping pretty good all week, and I imagine just going to pick up as we head into decision day tomorrow. And, of course, with hardware on the line coming back on Saturday.
Yeah, there's no doubt. This has been an awesome week. Great to see a lot of the Brooklyn alumni hanging around wearing their red shirts. Seeing a lot of different fans from across the nation making the trip. But I think we're going to see our best crowds coming up these next 2 days.
Shen to Newman. Patra, big high step. He brought it back down, knocked out of his stick. Nice slide over by McDermott. Take his lane away, and then standing in to block the shot, Edward McCann, as Bezecki mixed it up. Bezecki still getting hacked and whacked down low. Patra inside the restraining line. Blizzard did get a reset. Into Corshen, and again a rough and tumble trip towards the crease. A good save from Hills. Officials will untangle the pretzel down there in the orange turf. Shoving battle down by the crease, stepping up. Bushnell with a big pick into the back of Asham. Shot here skips through and just got a piece of Smith on its way up and out. Outside Bushnell. Down the boards, returned back. Bromley, cutter through off the stick. And Larson, no chance for his second, although he does get a hit on a Blizzard player. Caught up high, I believe that's Hudson Parnell, who we've seen take some bumps here this week.
I was just going to say that. It seems like every time we've seen Parnell, he's picking himself up off the turf, mixing it up, getting his nose dirty. I will say a lot of these Blizzards players, they're not afraid to muck things up, get under other team's skin, but all usually within the line.
This will be their third power play opportunity, scored in that first period. Yet to pot one here in this second in any scenario. Save from Hills. Cal Slade jogs it across center. 7-4 lead for the Pioneers. We're down 4-3 at the break. 3 goals in the first 2 minutes or so of the period. Really turning the game around and then have settled in since. 4.5 left. Shot clock sounds on the Pioneers. And they're happy to do so with 1:15 now left in the penalty. Patra directing traffic. LeBurge will back out. Down into the corner. LeBurge, Delaron, and Patra shooting from up top. Rebound LeBurge. Back to Corchant. Delaron couldn't catch that. Neither could McDermott, the defender. It'll be on the crease. Chop there. Patra has it back again. Partially deflected and now nearly fully deflected off of McDermott. Newman. Back through. Pass picked off. Davidson running past Patra. Waved off in the crease. 20 seconds left in the power play. Thanks, Delaron. Coming and going over on the bench. Someone wanted a too many call. Bezecki to Patra. Delaron loading up a shot. That one off Hills. And of course, Shen picks that up and can shoot. It's a wide open cage. Hills thought he had it caught. Instead, out of play. Cutting through Bezecki. Pass not clean. Gurney, as we go back 5-on-5, we'll bring it back into the attacking zone. 3 minutes left in the period. On the run, Baker. His shot from Smith. Now Asham picks up the loose ball and will clear center. Hidden ball played between Asham, who's still got it, and Kieran Mulvaney. Asham to Patra. Out the front door. Loading up a shot from the outside. A bouncer that clears everything. Getting it back to Asham. His bouncer on target. Look out, Patra. It's Kozak. Came back to the timeline. Henning. There to pick up. Has help. Trailing off the bench. Nice find and good finish.
Very IQ play here from Henning. He's going to pick up this loose ball, take it to the net. He's on his wrong side, but does a really good job intending like he's going to go to the net. And then last second, finds the man cutting off the bench, finds that trailer, and Bushnell makes no mistake, doubling up this lead 8-4.
Kind of a second for Keegan Kozak as well, right at the timeline. That ball skipped away from Patra. Came back to turn that into a 2-on-1 loose ball battle. So IQ on both the side of Kozak and Henning for my money. Tripping call coming off this face-off rather. Reese White going to get called for a trip off the draw, and the 2-for-2 power play of the Pioneers today will head back to work. One for three now, the Blizzard, by the way. Bromley. From the corner. Bromley getting it back. Bell, Adamson. To the side of the crease at Lacroix. Pretty good look. Carter Ouellette going to slow things down. Facing a double team here from the Pioneers. Bounces out of Ouellette's stick. At center. Pioneers player got run over. They start quickly. Bromley, the pass from Winter. Now loose ball, far side. Matthew Colebrook in there, going to roll it back up the boards, where it's picked up by Justin Gurney. O-Unit taking to the floor now. Minute 6 left in the power play, minute 10 in the period. Keegan Bell, no look pass. Down to the corner, Lacroix. Bell has it again, rips it off Smith. Jarrett Wood going to pick up the rebound. Had Bezecki all the way down floor, tried to get it on a couple hops. And he couldn't pick up, allowing McCann to send it to Bromley. Inside the final minute, quick stick. Bromley to Bell, didn't work. Bell back up top. Was shooting room. Bell gets it again, looking for Bromley, wasn't ready. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Adamson thought about shooting through a double team. Will give to Bell instead. Off Smith. Rolling to the corner. Lacroix picks up. Bench thought about timeout. Lacroix will try the dunk and lands in the crease. Looking over to the Winnipeg bench now. Only a handful of seconds left in their penalty. Going to hang on to their stoppage here. Patra. I think not sure how late they were in the period. Just kind of threw his arms up saying, why didn't you help me? The bench was.
And I think that period there that last play, a bit of a microcosm of how that period went for the Blizzard. All the positive vibes. All the positive momentum that they made in that first period taken away as Ladner, a little bit of what they did, but a lot of what the Blizzard went away from. So still only down 4 goals. This thing is far from over, but Ladner looking much better in that 20.
See if they can't sneak down the hallway, get some of those bananas. 8-4 here in our first of 2 consolation games on day number 5. You're watching the 2025 President's Cup here on the JVI Sports Network. We'll take the timeout before the second period. Back after this.
You can catch the fun with lacrosse, Canada's national summer sport. Everyone can experience the excitement of lacrosse, where fun meets fitness and friends are made. Lacrosse is one of the youngest organized sports children can play. And with 66 clubs throughout Ontario, everyone can get in on the fun. Visit playlacrosse.com. Our interactive map will help you find a lacrosse club in your area. Join the Ontario lacrosse community today. Ask a parent before going online.
From our unique origins to the modern game, the global lacrosse community has been preparing for this moment. Together, we step into a new chapter of growth, competition, unity, and inspiration for the next generation. Welcome to a new era of lacrosse. At the Olympic Games in Los Angeles, we continue growing together. Join the journey and let's make history in LA and beyond. A new era of lacrosse starts now.
This is what you're waiting for.
From grassroots to major international events, Sport Durham's award-winning edge is the care we take to create memorable participant experiences and lasting legacies. Collaborate with Sport Durham to host your best event yet. While you're here, be sure to visit durhamtourism.ca for things to do across Durham Region's 8 vibrant communities. Summit Access Solutions is a turnkey access company that can accommodate any and all projects from scaffolding, swing stage, material lifts, weather enclosure systems, and shoring, just to name a few. We specialize in making what looks impossible possible so that you can complete any project safely, efficiently, and on time. Call us at 877-786-6483 or visit summitaccess.ca. No matter what the disaster, we'll be there to help get everything in your home or business restored back to normal. Whether your property has suffered from a kitchen fire, basement flood, or a break-in, our professional technicians and restoration experts will use the best tools and strategies to help you make your house feel like a home again. The wait is over. The NLL has partnered with TFL Sports to bring you something legendary. Not since the days of the 1993 MILL has Pro Box Lacrosse seen premier collectible trading cards. The most comprehensive, officially licensed NLL trading cards ever, featuring legends, rookies, game highlights, and more, all dropping in October. Pre-order yours now before they are gone at shop.tflsport.com. With this many stars, you won't want to miss your chance to chase greatness. Whether you're just getting into lacrosse or a seasoned veteran ready to upgrade from that old broken down smelly gear, Twisted Heads Custom Lacrosse has you covered. We specialize in custom head dyes trusted by the pros and stringing for all ages. Follow us on Instagram at twistedheads_lax, and you can also stop by the Warthog's Den at 203 Simcoe Street, Unit 8, Peterborough. Can't make it? Don't worry. You can find everything you need right at your fingertips at twistedheadslax.com. Unleash your inner warthog at Twisted Heads Lacrosse. Turn your scrap into cash at Langeel's Metal Recycle in Port Perry. We pay top dollar when you bring your metal to our yard. With a strong focus on safety and environmentally responsible recycling, you can trust Langeel's to handle your scrap the right way. Fast, fair, and local, Langeel's Metal Recycling in Port Perry. For more information, please visit www.lmr.ca. Thank you to game day sponsor Eco Airflow, who has been providing indoor air quality solutions to customers for over 15 years. Better air can be found at ecoairflow.com and see how the science of filtration can improve the air in your home. Electrolyte, the premium hydration beverage crafted from pharmaceutical-grade ingredients, is trusted by athletes worldwide for its advanced hydration formula, rapid recovery, and sustained performance. Electrolyte manufactures a scientifically formulated beverage that replenishes the body after physical activity or intense heat. Formulated with magnesium, potassium, calcium, sodium glucose, and sodium lactate, plus 6 ions for electrolyte absorption. Electrolyte aids in the recovery of the hydroelectric imbalance, fulfilling metabolic and hydrational needs. Back here at the 2025 President's Cup at Iroquois Park Sports Centre. Matthew Carrick alongside Pat Gregoire. First period lead for Winnipeg. They were up 4-3, but then five straight, in that frame for the Ladner Pioneers. We're going to get a look at some of the action. 3 of those coming quite early on in the period, Patty.
Yeah, 9:50, 19:34. This one here, and 18:22 on the power play as Bromley gets a big goal. Blake Larson going to cut through the middle. Great fake and an even better take. And then Braden Bushnell coming off the bench, score his team's 8th goal of the game, doubling up their lead. As that's how we stand 8-4 in favor of the BC champions.
So goals 10 seconds into the period, 14 seconds later, 48 seconds later, 3 in a minute 48. And then a few more later on for Ladner. Flip the game on its head. Keegan Bell with a pair. Jared Milwaukee, same thing. Leading all comers, Spencer Bromley with a goal, 3 assists. Outside look here for Bell, getting it into the middle for James Baker. Thought there was a flash at the beginning of that period that Bell was just going to go off here in this game, but things settling back in once the lead got up to about 2 goals or so.
Yeah, Blizzard have not scored since just under 2 minutes to go in that first period. They got to get something going offensively.
By far their best period of the tournament. As LeBurge tries to send that one through. He'll shoot from distance. Being credited with a goal right now. I believe one of those belongs to Alexander Delaron, who should have 2
Correct.
Here in the game.
And I do actually believe Keegan Bell not credited with that assist off the first goal of the period on Adamson's goal as well.
Running through. Where's the ball? Blake Larson celebrating that whole entire... Someone hit the freeze frame button on the game as everyone just sort of stopped. Officials didn't see it as we play on. Here's Patra. Working the pick and roll with Bezecki. Davidson, the defensive player, with 3 assists. Plays both sides of the ball, I guess. Back door, quick shot. A little wide from Kozak. Shot coming here on the run from Baker. Keegan Kozak far side now. Returned it. Offering doesn't hit Ryan Smith. And we'll come back out. Here is LeBurge. Up top, Corshen. Out to the far side. Hit in through the middle. Stumbled McDermott a little bit. Back up and going to intercept the pass just as the bouncer was headed over in the direction of Ethan Banyuk. And with Banyuk racing down the floor, McDermott throws the shoots.
A really ill-advised bounce pass, but a great read from McDermott. Able to almost push that into a transition opportunity.
Adamson waiting for help off the bench. It comes from Milwaukee. There, Blake Larson. Adamson giving chase now. So is Parnell and Bell. Shot clock going to get there before all of them. 3 minutes gone without incident here in this third period. Patra looks low, scores. Colin Patra ends that scoring drought. That was just over a period long. And we've got a 3-goal game, Patty.
Big goal from Patra. Desperately needed this one. He just cranks this as hard as he can. Right through the wickets of Hill. As Hill moves, the stick moves. And Patra, one of the most prolific goal scorers or point scorers in RML Junior B history, showing off his skill set right there.
With credited to Hudson Parnell, definitely Poitras' goal. As it works back through Bromley. And Bell, another face-off win here for the Pioneers, despite Zabo being out of the lineup today. Got dinged up more than a couple times in yesterday's game. Bell, the rebound over the shoulder. Good couple chances. That's going to be rolled back to Neufeld, who's had a strong tournament defensively for a Blizzard team that, you know, if you look at the numbers, you say strong defensively, but yes, indeed, Jackson Neufeld. Outside shot here, LeBerge hits the end boards. Faking the shot, dropping the shoulder. Kieran Mulvaney dumped on the back of the net.
Yeah, I like Neufeld's game. He's a good athlete. We've seen him block a ton of shots just here alone today, but hard not to like his game, his athleticism.
Cutting through the middle, Dylan Lacroix trying to dump it over his shoulder. Ended up loose far side. Parnell with a bump there. Gets up with speed. Gonna head down. No one to the bench for Ladner. Clean breakaway, Parnell. Off the left glove of Hills. Did he run through the crease?
He ran through the crease first to pick it up. That's just, that's a D guy getting a little excited for a loose ball in the offensive zone after a great chance.
Bell to the trailer, bounce shot. Some oohs and ahs from Bromley. And that deflects wide of Smith. Not to be confused with Ryan Smith, the sharpshooter from Rochester. Poitras trying again. Far side. Low shot. Asham. Poitras going again. Another one towards that 5-hole, a little high. That's why it hits off Hills and goes to Colebrook now. James Baker in for the Pioneers, all black. Outside rip. Jared Milwaukee going for number 3. And Smith not going to oblige. Him and Keegan Bell, as we said, on hat-trick watch, along with Delaron for Winnipeg, despite what the website says. LeBert up top. Mulvaney dropped his shoulder. Knocked McCann a few feet back. Here's Adamson.
Adamson logging some serious minutes in this game.
I don't think the JVI commentary team and the President website on speaking terms after this week. There have been some things said on these broadcasts. Jumping down. Shot from Bushnell. Off Smith. And I'll add rightfully so, by the way. Parnell. Another transition break. Going to keep himself. This time the ball is going to roll out of the crease. The offensive players in Poitras. And I think that might be Delaron far side. Waited for it to come out. But it was a bit too long as Hills recovered and dragged it back in his crease.
3-on-1. Parnell, I know he's excited. Last game of the season, had a chance earlier, but you've got Poitras and Delaron flanking you. You got to get one of them the ball.
On the outside, Smith will keep this in his crease. Nice recovery after it was ripped out of the hands of Matthew Melito. Getting through center and then finally taken away for good. 2.5 minutes away from the midway mark of this period. Just one to speak of from the Blizzard. Pioneers trying to get their first of the period, and Smith has that bounce off him. Back across center, Poitras. Big high step screen coming in front from Corshen. Penalty on the far side as Banyuk is tied up in through the middle, still trying to break himself free of Gurney. Extra attacker is Delaron, low shot, looking 5-hole. And picked up and bombed down floor. We get the high stick against the Pioneers. This will be power play number 4 coming up to Winnipeg.
Scored a goal on the power play to start things off, 1 for 1. Since then, though, Matt, 1 for 3. We'll see if they try that set play again for Delaron, who unloaded that shot on the run.
Going to be LeBurge starting with it. They've also tried the star pass, and LeBurge cut a few times. This time it sets up for Patra. Hills wasn't sure where it was, but caught there right on the back flap of that left shin pad.
A little bit of a scissors look there. Set the 2 seals on the high men on the box, and that just kind of parts the seas for Patra. Unfortunately for him, he's not able to beat Hulls.
Far side, Lacroix. No sense of urgency here, trying to kill off a minute 26 of power play time. 5 left on the shot clock. Bromley just rainbows it into the corner. And we'll see what the Blizzard have. 11 minutes left to go here in regulation. 3-goal spread. LeBurge. Through Patra, far side, Delaron. Patra, Delaron, back to Corshen. On the run, patience is a virtue. Corshen, his second power play goal for the Blizzard.
Outstanding finish here from Corshen, but how about the hard seal set on the crease? Take a look here, Patra just going to set it, plant those feet. Winter eventually breaks through there, but not in enough time as the big body Corshen, hard fake, and then bam, right in the back of the net.
Well, look now, Patty, 2-goal game, back-to-back goals from Winnipeg. Blizzard definitely been working their power play throughout this tournament. You can see a couple different looks now. All these teams that, get together and kind of assemble things. Kind of wonder what those types of plays are going to look like. Bromley forced to back up here. Keegan Bell will drop it, head into the crease, hat-trick.
Second hat-trick here for Keegan Bell at the Prezi in 2025. He's just going to get this ball, use that big frame of his, not only to fight through a couple of hard checks and muscle his way through. Watch the reach around. Reaches around a defender, but again, it's the flick of the wrist is able for him to get that ball down low, right at the feet of the goalie inside that pipe.
So stretch back up to 3 again. We stopped counting goal differential about halfway through day 2, but remind you it was 11-6 or 11-5, in the first match. So already Winnipeg bettering that mark. Bouncer there from Bezecki after he tried to finesse it to Corshen, who's sitting on hat-trick watch. Four games, coming in just 23 goals. And I thought that maybe the completed games would be listed on the team website, but why would I think that? Here's Adamson. Oh my, huge seal, and then lands in the crease. Ball in the net, not going to count.
Patra, every time you see him with the ball in his stick, he's an electrifying player. So I think that pass just gets deflected wide and out of the reach of Patra, so Ladner are going to have an opportunity here on offense.
Henning leaving for Milwaukee off the bench. Here comes Bell. Back down the boards. Blizzard did have 9 against the Brooklyn Merchants. That their top output. As the ball will bounce out to Spencer Bromley, who wants to slow things down after the reset. Unfortunately for their 9, Brooklyn had 14 in that game. Bell takes a chop on the hands and will pull back out as that's going to be a penalty coming up here against the Blizzard. Bromley rips from the outside. That hits the post. Headed back for center floor. I was about to say Larson looked like he went over and back, and that is going to be the call to give us the holding penalty.
Thought it was going to be a slash, but nonetheless, 2 minutes or less. As I think Ladner's trying to make a case that Larson went back and then brought it over because it was off the post. It wasn't the issue. He catches the ball. It's when he goes over, he then did step back. Nonetheless, though, shouldn't have any argument here. As we'll see the hold. Yeah, so the hold actually is the one on Larson there, not the heavy slash that came down on the hand of Keegan Bell. Possession called as bump on the back.
That was Lacroix taken down at the side of the crease. Bromley back to work with Adamson now. 4th power play of the game. That'll even things up on both sides. Although Ladner scoring twice. Coming into this one, Winnipeg sitting at a 2 for 4. Bouncer here. Up for grabs at the restraining line in Ladner territory. It'll roll back to Keegan Bell.
Smart play by Slade. Just knock that over to Bell. Box out your man. Don't give the Blizzard any chance to strip you.
Adamson to Bromley, backing away from pressure. Around the back. Bell drags it down into the feet of Smith, who quickly closes up the wickets. Bouncer here. Hard chop onto Matthew Carlin as he came across center. Going to loop it back towards the logo. Spin there from Courchain, but not in time as the ball rolled back Gurney's way. Bushnell. Bromley. He'll elude a check. 6.5 to go in regulation. 30 seconds left in Ladner's latest power play, their 4th of the game. Bell to Adamson. Screen coming Bromley. Bell on his wrong side. Fed it back now. Bromley shoots down Main Street. That hits something. Goes into the corner. Lacroix got enough of Smith to reset the shot clock. Rebound, though, into the stick of Neufeld. Patra going to hold it for the last couple of seconds of the penalty. And now both teams 2 for 4 with the man advantage here in the game today. Calling for it, Courchain. Thought he was open on the crease. No lane to get it through there, though. For Newman, who's already got 3 assists. Almost said this morning, Pat. Almost.
Well, I'll be honest. I missed my breakfast and ball this morning, man. Been thoroughly enjoying those 11 a.m. games. Whether on the call with you or Jake or sitting at home and watching on the JVI Sports Network.
What's home? What's that?
I have the luxury of living just down the road from Whitby here. So I know you've been basically living here.
Patra dancing it inside the restraining line.
Talked about it. Hardest working people this week. Power rankings, probably number 1. The Volunteers, number 2. Closely behind. The training staff, number 3. The JVI Sports Network. So
I knew JVI was coming. I just wanted to wait and see how far down the list you had it. But I'm okay sitting third fiddle to the two you put up there. And an interference call here against Ladner. Be fired up for a 9-6 consolation game, if you ask me. But
Absolutely.
Delaron, LeBurge. Corshen back across. Far side, all alone on the crease. LeBurge couldn't stay out. And ball can be given back to the Pioneers here. And close in on 4 minutes left to go in regulation time. And 4 minutes left in the reign of the Ladner Pioneers. 3 years running, but will come to an end in a couple days. Keegan Bell to Adamson. Since 2015, Patty, only 3 teams have captured the Prezi, including the Pioneers. Miners did it 3 times. They're still in contention, as are the Six Nations Rivermen, who did it twice to break up those 3 peats. Got it started in 2015, then 3 straight Miners. 2019, COVID won the title 2 years in a row. And then it's been all Ladner since this tournament returned back 2022, 3, and 4, but not to be here in Whitby this week.
And back-to-back silver medals for Edmonton. They win tomorrow in the semifinal. They'll guarantee that they'll play for a medal or take home a medal, I should say, in 3 straight years.
James Baker now arguing a penalty call as he was knocked backwards. He gets called for the high stick. Didn't like the call from Jeremy McNaught, the Ontario official. Conversation still ongoing in the penalty box. Winnipeg trying to get back within 2. Poitras from the outside. That hit something on the way through to Hills, I believe. 4 seconds called in the crease. I think he was trying to adjust a glove or equipment, something in the crease, shaking his head as the ball comes back the Blizzard's way. Corshen had thoughts about letting one fly.
Not sure if he took that one in the thumb. Maybe he couldn't pass the ball properly, but something was affecting him not to get rid of that ball.
Blizzard going to circle the crease now. LeBurge. Too hot to handle off the back boards. Davidson and LeBurge jousting afterwards. That hit the hand of one of the defenders. So another 30 seconds down in the corner. We see some Allegheny Arrows players getting ready for their next game. At 8 o'clock, they'll face Saskatchewan. Consolation final number 2. Jake Elliott, Lucas Arger on the call of that one. Pat Gregoire headed home.
I'll be watching on the JVI Sports Network.
Poitras from the outside.
I've got prep to do for 2 semifinal games tomorrow, which I'm all sorts of fired up for. Ontario rematch at 8 p.m. tomorrow. And then Snake Island looking to make their first final in a few years. Last 2 years, they've found themselves losing in the bronze medal game. I know that organization desperately wants to end up on top of the podium.
They'll face the Edmonton Miners, who we talked about, 3-peat in the not so distant past. Seem to be mainstays in this tournament these days. Poitras to Delaron. That one high up out of play. Officials saying it hit off a Winnipeg player before going up and out. Be sure to subscribe here to the JVI Sports Network. This is where all the action's going to be over the next few days as we head to the gold medal match on Saturday. 22 games seems daunting at 10 o'clock first day when these two teams first met. Now that they're here in Consolation Day, pretty quickly coming to an end, Patty. Timeout Winnipeg, and we've seen this from the Blizzard. I know, down lots in the previous games. Oh, why are they calling timeout? Are you serious? What's going on? I mean, maybe outside of this being a winnable game now with only 44 seconds left, but still learning opportunities and chances for growth for a team that's put together and setting up probably their last shot of the season.
I think this team certainly going to be pleased with the effort, maybe not the result, but down 3 goals, an opportunity to get it within 2, and who knows what happens after that. But they're going to play to the very whistle. They came here all the way from Winnipeg. No doubt knew they were behind the 8 ball when you look at the teams that they're going up against. But what they've been able to do this tournament, but it's certainly here today, to go up toe-to-toe with one of the most perennial programs, and say what you will about the talent discrepancy in years past, is we're getting some rough stuff here.
Baker in the middle just came out of the penalty box. He went right at Alex Delaron. Baker motioning out to the parking lot. How did this start? Face mask grab. Is Jumbo getting his face mask call? He got a award last night. Bingo card filling up here at the Prezi.
Looked like, I think, just a 10-minute misconduct.
Sorry, Jake.
And I'm not too sure exactly what was said.
Well,
the temperature just got heat up. And I know there's air conditioning in this building, so it's something else.
It had to be well off the onside line because, Baker just all of a sudden went off, yelled at everybody who would listen. And he wanted a piece of Delaron, and these two teams have to exit down the same hallway, playing Brampton rules here at the Prezi with dressing rooms underneath our broadcast position. 6-on-5 set coming up here for the Blizzard. Delaron, quick shot right into the feet of the defender coming high, Ryan Jensen.
And Jensen draws a penalty.
Fires it into the safety netting, signals the field goal. No 3 for number 3, but a penalty coming up to even the numbers. Oh, excuse me. Penalty coming up. Jared Corshin. Nope, wrong again. 2 strikes. Michael Newman.
And Jeremy McNaught saying Baker got a dime, 10-minute misconduct, so he shouldn't be sitting in the box. He's got to head to the showers.
24 seconds left to go in this game. Power play for Ladner as the 10 to Baker and just 2 coming up here to Newman. Going to be pretty inconsequential now, though, as a takedown far side. Gurney running through his man. They'll put sticks on each other. Back at center is Gurney's headed back to the ball again with Jarrett Wood. And time will expire. Looks like without further incident, 9-6 for the second time in the tournament. Ladner takes down Winnipeg.
The exception of a slow start in that first period, Ladner in the second and the third flex their muscles. Keegan Bell gets his second hat trick of the tournament, and you're looking down the other end though at this Minnesota team. Got to be pleased with the way they fought throughout this entire game. Showed some explosive offense at some times, some strong defense, but unfortunately not enough to come out with a victory to end their season.
Stick with us for players of the game presentations. It's been Jim Bonhoff all week. I wonder if he's still around to do that. And then coming up, 8 p.m., Jake Elliott, Lucas Arger, going to take you through Saskatchewan, Allegheny, their two final games of the tournament before we head to the semifinals tomorrow. 5 o'clock start time. Edmonton, Snake Island. Six Nations, Brooklyn will be the nightcap tomorrow at 8. Consolation Day continues here at the Prezi, day number 5. You're watching it on the JVI Sports Network. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you later tonight.
And now introducing your players of the game. First for the Winnipeg Blizzard, number 29, Alexander Delarond. And for the Ladner Pioneers, number 4, Matthew Colebrook.
From grassroots to major international events, Sport Durham's award-winning edge is the care we take to create memorable participant experiences and lasting legacies. Collaborate with Sport Durham to host your best event yet. While you're here, be sure to visit durhamtourism.ca for things to do across Durham Region's 8 vibrant communities. Summit Access Solutions is a turnkey access company that can accommodate any and all projects from scaffolding, swing stage, material lifts, weather enclosure systems, and shoring, just to name a few. We specialize in making what looks impossible possible so that you can complete any project safely, efficiently, and on time. Call us at 877-786-6483 or visit summitaccess.ca. No matter what the disaster, we'll be there to help get everything in your home or business restored back to normal. Whether your property has suffered from a kitchen fire, basement flood, or a break-in, our professional technicians and restoration experts will use the best tools and strategies to help you make your house feel like a home again. The wait is over. The NLL has partnered with TFL Sports to bring you something legendary. Not since the days of the 1993 MILL has Pro Box Lacrosse seen premier collectible trading cards. The most comprehensive, officially licensed NLL trading cards ever, featuring legends, rookies, game highlights, and more, all dropping in October. Pre-order yours now before they are gone at shop.tflsport.com. With this many stars, you won't want to miss your chance to chase greatness. Whether you're just getting into lacrosse or a seasoned veteran ready to upgrade from that old broken down smelly gear, Twisted Heads Custom Lacrosse has you covered. We specialize in custom head dyes trusted by the pros and stringing for all ages. Follow us on Instagram at twistedheads_lax, and you can also stop by the Warthog's Den at 203 Simcoe Street, Unit 8, Peterborough. Can't make it? Don't worry. You can find everything you need right at your fingertips at twistedheadslax.com. Unleash your inner warthog at Twisted Heads Lacrosse.